Alright, so we finally got it home, thank goodness. So I got the hood to it, got the windshield sitting in it, but I finally got it home, so that's good. Technically it's been a long journey, but it really hasn't either. It only was moved literally just one road over, but it's actually in one way been a long journey in one way because I tried to buy this car back in 2016 and it didn't work out because at the time, I've said in previous videos I didn't have the money for it. Well, finally had the money and I jumped on it. But my plan is I'm going to take this car. It's going to take a while because, now that I'm getting a little further ahead, I got my Edsel going now and I got almost everything I need for my white truck. And almost everything on my 78 is done, just about. I'm kind of just about got everything almost squared away, just about, vehicle-wise anyway. But, so I wanted to do something new, so. Anyway, the 59 Biscayne here. And I even threw in the hood to it, that was nice. This hood does not go to this car. I don't think it actually was originally on there. It may not have been, I don't know. He had, like hood inserts or something on there. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's actually a good usable hood. Got a little bit of rot on the edges here, but I mean, it's expensive as body parts are to find for this car. That hood is definitely usable, but I gotta find the radiator support yet because it's buckled. Because where the gentleman, he had took a tractor and picked it up and it kind of tweaked the radiator support, but that's okay though. I mean, at the time it was a Porsche car, but as long as I have it, I'm going to bring it back from the dead. So this 59 Biscayne here, we're going to bring it back from the dead. I got a motor I can put in. I got a transmission for it. I've got quite a bit of stuff. The floors are rough. Very rough, as well as the trunk. I think the only good part in the car, honestly, is, well, the way those doors open, is the part actually back there where the trunk pan is, where it rises up underneath the package tray. That part's actually solid. And amazingly, I believe the wheel housings on this car are actually, in the trunk area, are actually solid. But it's actually a fairly straight car. It's like it was painted at one time or another. I'm not quite sure, but the decklet is rotted out. We had a tree and all that and the stuff in the way here, so I couldn't really walk up to it like I really want it in the videos, but our deck lid here, I mean, we really don't have much choice with that because, again, stuff is not cheap for these cars. We're just going to have to work with what we got. It's pretty much like my Edsel, what you got is what you got. Unless you're really willing to spend the money, which I really don't have it because by no means, I'm just like everybody else, I do not have money. This is just something I do for fun, and I like to break it up into steps. But our last video where we ended kind of in this section here. And well, if you go back actually a few videos, I'm going to spray these doors. But a lot of people don't know is the 59 and the 60 Chevrolets, full-size cars, are not the exact same car. They're not. You got to look at them a lot closer. The body lines are completely different on the 59 and 60. Yes, they still got the wings on the back, but the front clip is entirely different, obviously. The roof is pretty much similar, but this body line all through here is completely different on a 60. The 60, it goes all the way down. It doesn't have this curve right here. It's more kind of flat through here on both sides. But a 60, is completely different from a 59 on the outside. But it's got similarities. It has the wings on the back, but it's a few things that are, a lot of it's different. So anyway, but to get back to our previous video about 4 or 5 videos back, but we were in this section right in here. We just did this door. Everything's complete here. We have our trim here. I mentioned this vent glass was missing. I actually found it. I stuck it back in there for now, temporarily. It's got a bunch of overspray all over it, but I actually found it sitting in the car. So we have all that. So now that brings us up to here. We'll finish up our walk around. And we look at our fender here. Our fender is complete. We have our trim. We have our molding on top of the fender. So our fender is complete. And this is where it's going to start getting tricky here. Is our front clip is missing a few things. I think it looks complete actually, because it's got the balance panel between the grill and the bumper, and then it has these little splash guards under there. They're there, but they're rotted away. So it actually, you know, I guess you could count that as quote unquote complete, but not really. But so we're going to have to look into that. I believe we can straighten these grill guards here, but most of it is complete. We have our moldings here. This is a different hood. This hood I really don't think is original to this car. I really don't. But the bad part is I got to give him this Chevrolet script in the V